name is Dilumar Urdaneta. I'm from Maturin, Monagas, Venezuela, and this is my project for the module number 1. I'm a music teacher, and I found that it's very common for students to find theoretical aspect of music boring or challenging because they may feel overwhelmed by the theoretical components. They don't see the immediate connection to practical music making. Emphasizing how music theory applies to playing instruments, singing, or creating rhythms can help bridge that gap. The music theory can be presented in a fun and engaging manner that helps to reduce anxiety, incorporating games, hands-on activities, and group projects turn theoretical concepts into enjoyable experiences. It is our duty as a professor to create supportive classroom atmosphere where students feel comfortable asking questions and making mistakes. That is fundamental because it's okay to find certain concepts challenging and you can help reduce their worries. We have to remind the students that music theory is just a tool to enhance their understanding and enjoyment of music and can help shift their perspective. By addressing their concerns and creating positive learning experience, the students may find that music theory becomes less doubting and more enjoyable over time. So for this project, I choose the second grade subject, that is music, and the title of the class is Understanding Notes and Rest Durations in Music. The objective of this class is understand the students will be able to identify and demonstrate the quarter note, half note, quarter rest, and half rest in music. What kind of skill the student will reach in this class? The student will be able to identify and differentiate between quarter note, half notes, quarter rest, and half rest. The students will learn the value of each note and rest, understanding how they contribute to the rhythm of a piece of music. Through the listening skill, the student will practice listening to music and identify the different notes and rest that is being played. In motor skills, the student will demonstrate a quarter note and half note through clapping, tapping, or using instruments to reinforce the concept of rhythm. Through the coordination, the student will work on coordinating the body movement to match the rhythm of the music, enhancing their physical engagement with the material. Through the musical expression, students will learn how to express themselves musically by playing simple rhythms and incorporating notes and rest studies. And of course, the collaboration. The student will have opportunity to work in pair or small groups that will help to practice and create rhythms together. The completion time is 2 classes of 45 minutes each one, and deliverable, the student will identify notes and rest using a worksheet or a visual quiz where can correctly label and identify the notes. And through the practical demonstration, they will perform and demonstrate their understanding by clapping or playing instrument to the rhythm that include this note and rest. And through the group activity, they can participate in a group rhythm exercise where they collaboratively create and perform a short piece of music using the notes. Through the listening reflection, they can do a brief reading reflection of discussion where students share what they heard in a piece of music, identifying the use of these notes. Through the rhythm creation, they can do a simple composition, creating own rhythm patterns using the notes and rest. Through the self-assessment, they can do a checklist where can reflect on what they learned, what they enjoyed, and what they found challenging during the activities. The evaluation criteria will be knowledge and understanding through the identification of this note and terminology, using the correct musical terminology, and practical skills. They will do the performance, and we can watch the accuracy rhythm. They can keep and maintain the rhythm. Through the creativity and composition, is most easy to see the originality and of course the presentation of their own compositions. The collaboration and participation through the group's works or theme works. Reflection and self-assessment can do the deep of reflection in reading or verbal responses about their learning, and the ability to identify strengths in area for improvement the musical skill, and of course the listening skills through the engagement, the participation in discussions about music that they can listen to, and how they can identify their notes and rest. So the assessment is the students will watch and complete a short quiz using the tool Edpuzzle that includes identifying note and rest symbols, and they can typing out the rhythm of their desk or demonstrate understanding. The key points here is the value of this note, quarter note, half note, quarter rest, and half rest. And the weight is beginning with a fun rhythm game where the student claps along to a single beat. Then you can ask questions about what do you think make music sounds different? It is the sound or the silence? And introduce the importance of both the notes and the rest, because it's very normal that the student might think that the rest are not important in music, and we have to clarify that rest are just as crucial as note create rhythm. Then you can go in through the introduction to the new material, showing visual notes using cards or flashcards can be, explaining how each symbol looks and sounds using clapping and tapping. And in that time you can play the video creating in a puzzle that illustrates this note and rest with real life examples. While you are doing this activity, most of all in the part that you can evaluate in the Edpuzzle, you can do a guide practice, having students practicing clapping in quarter notes and half note. And also you can use the call and response, starting with easy patterns and gradually increasing complexity. And at the end of the video you can ask how many beats does a quarter note, or what happened when we see a rest. You have to monitor student performance by walking around and listening their clapping and tapping in music. An independent practice can be the student will complete a worksheet where they match notes and rest to their respective duration. They will also create a simple rhythm using at least one quarter note and one half note. What we expect about the students, that they can be focused, work quietly, and help each other. At the end of the class, you can gather a student and ask them to share one thing they learned today about the notes, or they can play a short piece of music and they can identify when to hear note versus when they are hear the rest. And for those students that can finish early, you can provide a challenging part, of course using another rhythms and pattern, using another combinations, and of course they can share that with their classmates. And as a homework, you can assign a student to listen a piece of music that they can enjoy, and they can write down the number of times they hear a note versus the rest. And of course, the next class they have to share with the classmate. What kind of achievement we can find in this? They can mastery of notation. The student can identify and label this kind of note in various music examples, showing their understanding. Also, they can demonstrate confidence and accuracy in clapping or playing rhythm. That's the confident performance. They can create and present original written compositions that are part of creative expression. Also, they can work well in groups, contributing ideas and supporting their peers during collaborative reading exercises that effective collaboration. They can show improvement in their listening skill. That's the active listening. And they provide thoughtful reflections of their learning. That's the reflective thinking. And of course, the positive attitude the students exhibit enthusiasm for music and participation in activities. Recognizing this achievement can motivate students and reinforce their progress, and of course create another kind of music class. And you are teaching theory and you can do it more engagement. So that's my first project. Thank you so much for watch and hearing this presentation.